Welcome to an experience powered by Pipe TV.
Powered by Pipe TV.
Hi, it's Jill Foster here of Pipe TV. Thanks for joining us today. Today we have none other than the fabulous designer and so much more, Miss Brenda Fuller. Hi, Brenda. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
I'm glad that you made it to Pipe TV's platform.
Yes.
I want to hop right into it. I want to get to know who you are, and I want the viewing audience to know who you are as well. So can you introduce yourself? Who is Brenda Fuller?
Sure. Brenda Fuller is the owner of Barry's Treasures. I didn't actually come up with the name Barry's Treasures. My nickname is Barry's. Friends that are close to me call me Barry's. I love things that are sweet. Whether it's edible or something to put on the skin. We're not going to go into that. But, so when I wanted to use berries, so I said, well, what can I use with berries? So I do a lot of different things. I knit, I sew, I bake, I cook.
Okay.
So I said, okay, I'm going to make it Barry's Treasures.
Okay. So you give a little sweetness in everything that you do.
I try.
It's that little sweetness, and
Yes.
Everything that you create is a treasure. I like it.
Thank you.
I like your name.
And I like how you put that.
Yeah.
I might have to steal that. Thank
Be
you.
my guest.
Yeah, that was sweet.
That's just my opinion on the name. I thought the name was very, very interesting.
Yes.
So, how did you come up with wanting to do fashion or becoming a fashion designer? Where was that seed planted?
Very small. Middle school, I started playing around with pieces of fabric in school. They would ask you to make something out of a piece of fabric without having to sew it. So I had a doll and just threw something on. Everybody's like, whoa, how did you do that? Or I would play around with tissue and just make little things like that. I started sewing for family, making skirts and little outfits to go to church and things like that. And then I decided, let me start maybe taking a couple of classes, reading some books, learning some stuff on stitches and execution and, fabrics and stuff like that. So then I started doing that, and I don't know. I'm not happy unless I'm sewing something or making something.
Wow.
And
So
when I sleep, I create in my head.
yeah, so that was innately inside of you. So
Yes.
I consider things like that comes very easy and something that you strive to want to do all the time,
Yes.
a gift.
Yes.
And you're obviously exercising your gift with your Berry's Treasures.
Yes.
So you
yes.
do a lot, but what's your passion? Is it the clothes? Is it the cooking? I mean, where do you spread the love? How much of a percentage you put here? How much you put there?
Well, I would have to say it's more fashion. The more fashion I do, the more I can get other people to cook for me.
Oh, okay. I hear that.
So, it gives me more time to create.
And
Like
what's your aesthetic? Aesthetic.
I do custom wear. I do, I call it real women
Okay.
clothing. I have always been against that one size fits all
Yeah.
because it does not.
Yeah. that's
One
not
size
a true
does
statement.
not fit all.
Right.
If I make a dress for a size 8, someone who's a size 14 will say, well, that doesn't come in my size. Yes, it does, sweetheart.
Yeah.
It comes in your size if that's what you want. And we can change it up a little bit, too.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Is that what you consider a unique thing that you do to set yourself apart from other designers or other?
I don't want to say set myself apart from them because the little research I've done, there are a few designers who can make their own clothes. Just a few of us out there
Right.
who can make their own clothes. We don't have to design something and take it to somebody else to put together.
Yeah.
The great thing about that is being a part of designers, we all have something different to bring to the table, which is good.
Yeah.
So with me, even though I have a taste of everything, I can help somebody else out. Brenda, can you stitch this? Sure. I know how to read patterns. Most of my designs are from a pattern. I might change a few things here and there, but most of them are done from patterns.
Yeah.
If I think of something, because I can't sketch for nothing.
Oh, really?
That's the only
That's
thing I can't do. I
interesting.
can't sketch.
So it's in your head.
And it hurts.
You
Yeah.
sketch.
If I could
it's in
just
your
do
head?
like this
Yeah.
and boom, throw it
Yeah.
out there. Oh my goodness. I
But
would
that's
be
unique,
the bomb.
but you're still a designer. You're still a
I
designer.
cannot sketch.
So
but
how about
I'm
if
learning how to sketch.
Yeah, if
I'm
somebody
learning.
sits down and say, okay, I want my dress to look like this, and they kind of sketch out something. Does
You
the
see how I'm
vision
looking
come?
at you? I'm just picturing what that person is saying, and I can see it on you, and
Oh, okay.
that's how I do it.
Okay.
So you can't steal any designs from me. It's in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like the fact that you design from your head. You know, it's I think that that's unique. You know, and I think that it's unique too that if someone needed a size 12 or 14 in a style that you've made in a size 6 or 8, that they can have that.
Right, and I
You
have
know,
done
and
that.
I
have
think that
done
that's a unique thing because I've actually, you know, working behind the scenes at fashion shows. There are some designers that come in and they say, "Oh, well, I only have that in that size."
Right. Yeah.
And they don't offer the choice of, you know.
Well,
and
that's
so
where
that's,
I'm
that's
different.
Really unique. Yeah.
I struggle with doing a size 0, a size 2,
Right.
a size 4. That's hard
Yeah.
for me because when I started sewing, everybody in my family, we're Southerners.
Oh, okay.
We're thick.
Uh huh.
Okay, we eat.
Yes.
I'm the smallest, but that's okay. I don't turn down meals, but
Right.
we have thick girls in the family, so
Yes.
that's what I'm accustomed to. So if someone says, "Can you do a size 0 or 2 for me?" I kind of cringe a little bit. I'm like, "Oh, that's so hard for me to just go like that. I need to see this."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that's different for me. I prefer not to do a size 2.
Yeah.
I prefer to do a 6 to a 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned something about taking coursework, or you know, and to learning how to do a pattern and that sort of
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
But I guess it's kind of interesting because you are pretty much self-taught, but you had the know to go and get
you have
education.
to. You have to
in the
because there's a
areas
lot
that
of
you
change.
need. Yeah.
Yes.
And to
yes.
stay competitive and to be in the market. I know that you actually produce shows as well.
I
produce
work
fashion
with
shows.
Yes.
Okay.
I've worked with Couture Fashion Week for 6 years now as the red carpet manager. People who know me call me the red carpet diva.
Oh, okay. You're like this.
I don't play.
Yeah.
Okay. This is couture.
Okay.
I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I started helping out New York City Live at Fashion Week with William Michael Reed.
Okay.
Awesome
I know the
person.
name. Yes.
He is so awesome.
Yeah.
I worked with him this past show he did. So the one he did last year in February, I was actually a designer.
Okay.
And it was great. And I love the staff, the way he did everything. And I asked him, I said, for your next season, you mind if I work with you? And he said, sure.
Oh, that's great. And he's
Yeah.
probably really happy because you don't play.
No, I don't. And it feels weird because I'm like all over the place.
Right.
So he had me with a particular designer from, she was French. I think, was it Africa she was from? I'm not 100% sure, but she was awesome. Her clothes, I was falling in love with it. I'm looking at the stitching. I'm all in there. I'm like, oh my God, how did you do this? And flipping it over. And it was great. It was great. So for me, that was the first time that I was stationed with a designer, and I just stayed with her the whole time in the back. Usually I'm up front, getting into everybody's business, but it was great. I like it. I've been able to, from working with the shows, be a piece of every aspect of the show.
Oh, okay. You think you'll ever just go off on your own and produce your
definitely.
own? Definitely.
Since I was
So
a young
that's
girl,
something
I've always wanted to do it. But
Oh,
you need a foot in. You need to know how things work.
Right.
Can't just go in there blindly and start doing things. You know?
Absolutely.
But I'm definitely going to do it.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to do it.
So
Yeah.
you mentioned couture.
Hmm.
Is that your favorite type of design work to do, or do you kind of dip and dab in a little of
I
everything?
don't do couture because couture is very, very,
Oh, it's hard.
but I love it.
Okay.
I've went to a factory where they stitch, and I was in shock. I was just standing there like this, and they were like, Brenda, Brenda. I was like, it's awesome. The
Okay.
work that they put in, the time, and the stitching, and it's just crazy. I could just do that all day and just not
Just
care.
watch
Yeah.
it. You don't think you'll ever try it for yourself,
Um,
or
I I know I can do it. The
yeah?
thing is that fabric is so expensive.
Oh, okay.
That's what's holding me. The
Yeah.
fabric. The fabric is extremely expensive.
Mhm.
I mean, I think once you can sew and you put things together and you know your stitching and you know how to handle fabric and you know what fabrics works with what,
Right.
you can make anything. It doesn't matter. It's just executing the right fabrics because I've noticed that everybody likes the bling.
Mhm. Mhm.
It could be poorly made. You don't even know it, but
Yeah.
you see that bling.
Yeah, that's what I find in couture. It's so different
See through
that
and bling.
unless you know the history of
Mhm.
couture and what to look for,
Mhm.
you really don't know whether
No, you're
it's a
just looking
good
at
piece
pretty.
or a
Mhm.
bad piece.
Mhm.
You're just looking at something very unique and different, and something that you won't see everyday people walking down the
Exactly.
street, and so you
Mhm.
really don't know.
You don't know.
Right.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's just
Yeah.
pretty and
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's all the naked eye sees.
Right.
But once you look into it, because sometimes I'll flip the fabric over and look,
Mhm.
and I was like, wow, they did some serious stitching on this.
Yeah.
People aren't looking at that. They're just looking at the aftermath of it.
Right.
But I can see myself doing it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's your day like with Berry's Treasures?
Oh
What do you
goodness.
do
Well,
in the day, from day to day with your business?
this is gonna sound crazy, but
Hmm.
I am a worker.
Okay. No, it
Um,
doesn't sound crazy at
no,
all.
it does. I work midnight. I work night
Yeah.
shifts.
Hmm.
I do medical and burglary dispatching,
Oh,
which
okay.
has nothing to do with fashion. But
Right.
in order for me to do fashion, I have to do that
I
type of work.
totally can relate to you
Yeah,
on that. I
yeah.
totally can relate. So, has there been any goals that you've set for yourself with Beverly's Treasures that you've either met or you're still striding towards? Can you share a little bit about that?
The one thing I need to really work on is my time management. If
Okay.
I have 6 months to put a design collection together,
Mm-hmm.
I, collect my thoughts of what I'm going to do, whatever, and have all my fabrics and things together. As a designer, we always change what we're creating at least 20 times before we put it together. There's nothing you can do about that. But what I tend to do and what I'm trying to work on now is it's hard for me to say no to people when they need help. So I know I need to prepare for a show and I'm putting everything together by myself. Someone else will say, oh, Brenda, can you help me with this? And then I'll help that person with that. Or if a show is coming up, I'm like, oh, I want to be a part of that show. I try to be a part of the show as well as get my designs together at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I need to pull back from,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to be hard because I love being a part of the show.
Yeah. The first step to that is admitting it, and you're admitting that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we just have to put ourselves 1st
Mm-hmm.
and really direct our attention on what's best for what we're doing in our
Right.
careers,
Yeah,
So
you're right.
I understand you, though, because
It's so easy
I'm
to
the
say,
same.
but hard
Yep,
to do. If
I'm the
you've
same way.
always been that way,
Yeah.
then you'll
Yep.
feel like, oh God, they really need help. I need to help them.
Yeah, yeah. So, are you looking to do any shows soon, or?
I have a show coming up.
Okay, tell us.
Westchester County, my
Okay.
hometown. Push it up, finally.
Mhm.
With Joe Corbellis, Westchester Fashion Week, October 5th
Yeah.
in Mount Vernon.
Mhm.
So I'm doing showing a few designs there. I put in some new stuff. I've tweaked some other stuff, and
Mhm.
it should be interesting. I did request older women
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
that's what I see in the audience. I
Okay.
also look at what's out there. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we present clothing with a lot of young girls in it, but your audience is, 40 and up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, that's pretty, but it won't fit me.
Yeah. Do you find that that kind of pushes you into a direction with the style of the clothes that you create?
Um, I might have to tweak something. Like, there's older women who don't like their arms to show,
Right.
but they like the outfit, but they don't like their arms out. A lot of my designs, I would like to say sexy, flirty.
Okay.
So the back could be out with some jewelry in the back or a strap.
That's
The
cute.
arm is showing, but I can cover your arm. Like I did a two-piece lace outfit that someone saw go down the runway. She said, "I don't want my back all the way out." I said, "That's fine." So I
Yeah.
added a piece back here
Right.
to cover part of her back.
Right.
She didn't want this part under the arm showing because when you wear a bra, you have that extra hanging out.
Uh-huh.
I said we can make it so I cut it up higher.
Uh-huh.
So it's a little closer up under your armpit that you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
So, just
Yeah.
just some
You
little
really
adjustment.
service your clients.
Yeah, because
Which
they
is
want to
great.
be comfortable.
Right.
You don't want to look like someone else. You want to be comfortable, and that's where custom comes from.
Right. Right.
It's fit for you
Mm-hmm.
with my design.
Yeah. So, with your show in Westchester,
Mhm.
how can people find out more about it?
Westchester Fashion Week. They can look on eventbrite.com. Westchester Fashion Week, October 5th, 2019. And they can find out all the information they need from there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I have one more question. Well, I have a couple more questions to ask you. Do you work with a team, or you did mention that you do everything on your own, but do you
Yes.
have any type of assistance, or
No.
you do a one-woman show? Wow. Wow. Okay, so if you have the floor now, you could share anything you'd like with the viewing audience and how they can follow you and on any of your social media platforms.
Okay. I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram is Berries Treasures. Both have a S at the end. Facebook, Berries Treasures as well.
Mm-hmm.
My website is berries, BERRIES, treasures.com. And they can contact me through those avenues or come watch a show.
Okay. Well, it was lovely having you
Thank
here. I
you.
like just
Thank
sitting
you.
here chatting with you like old girlfriends.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
And I'm sure our viewing audience enjoyed you as well.
Thank you.
I want to thank you again for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you.
This has been Jill Foster, and you have just watched Pipe TV.